Hello everybody, welcome to Bryan Stratton College. My name is Steve Pelton and I am your instructor for INFT 124. So if you're taking this class, chances are you're in your first term here at Bryan Stratton College. Chances are this is probably for most of you the first time you've been in an online class, and quite possibly for many of you this is the first time you've ever taken a college class. Well, I'm glad you're a part of this. I'm very excited for you. I hope that you're getting excited as well. I hope you're ready to learn. Hope you're ready to work. But don't worry, this is something you can definitely do, okay? I know you can get apprehensive. I know you can start thinking, oh gosh, am I really up for this? Or am I capable of doing this kind of work? Trust me, I have been doing this for a long, long time. You can do it. Take some work, of course, but you can do it. So I want to encourage you right out of the gates that this is something you can do, and this is a class that you can definitely do. And let me tell you, this is a good class to start out with because it sets a foundation for pretty much everything else you're going to be doing in your college career. It doesn't matter if you're going to be majoring in criminal justice or human resources or child and family services or business, etc., etc., etc. A course like INFT 124 works as a really, really good foundation for everything else. Why? Well, it's an online class. And this is a technology class, so it makes sense that the more technology you learn, the more that you get comfortable with the online world, the better off you're going to be in subsequent semesters. And so this is a great place to start. Now, in this class, we're going to be focusing on a bunch of different things computer related, but in particular, we're going to be looking at the Microsoft Office suite. So this is a series of programs that you all have access to because of your tuition, and we're going to be delving into them pretty deeply. This is Outlook, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Now, those aren't the only things that we're going to be covering in these next 7.5 weeks. We're going to be talking about other things as well. We'll be talking about browsers, and we'll be talking a little bit about kind of the internet and how some of these things work and why it's important to better understand things like browsers or search engines, those kinds of things. But a lot of the work you're going to be doing is going to be focused on certain kinds of very basic software programs that we do believe that you really greatly benefit from understanding. And again, it doesn't really matter what field you're going to be going into. So we're going to be starting in some of that heavy-duty content in a couple of days when week 2 starts. So here's a couple tips, a couple things to keep in mind as we get rolling. Remember that going forward, each week begins on a Sunday, and that's Sunday at midnight, and it's going to end on that Saturday, that following Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Now, that's not the case with this very first kind of abbreviated week, nor is it the case with that last 7.5, that 0.5 week at the end. There's a little bit of overlap there, but don't worry, we'll get to those things when that time comes. But with each week starting on Sunday and ending on Saturday, it's always very, very important then, this is the next tip, to be aware of how much work you have to do and getting it done before the week ends Saturday at 11:59 p.m. That goes for assignments, but it also goes for the discussion boards. Now, each week we're going to have a discussion board. Now, this online discussion board is basically the equivalent, the online equivalent of having a classroom discussion if we were in a traditional class, right? And so this is essential for your learning, and everything that you're going to be doing in this class is getting into these discussion boards. The better you do that now, the better off you're going to be in those subsequent semesters and in terms and classes. So it's always the goal to try to get that first post of yours. There are going to be some prompts, and you're going to try to respond to those prompts, but to try to get that first post up by Tuesday or Wednesday of a given week at the latest. Now, why is that? Well, it gives you an opportunity to start reading your other classmates' posts and start making comments on their post. And it gives your classmates, again, an opportunity to read yours and not just wait until Saturday at 8 p.m. or something like that. Sometimes you say, well, I work late and I've got kids and it's really hard to get into the discussion board. Try to get in at least 3 times a week to post, okay? That's really the goal. That's the requirement that we're expecting. It's not always easy, but it doesn't always take 3 hours time to do this at a pop. But try to get in there, get that post up by Tuesday or Wednesday, and start making posts or replies, at least 3 replies each week to 3 different students. That's the goal, okay? And again, trying to get that done before the week closes, which is Saturday, 11:59 p.m. The same goes for all of the different assignments that you're going to be doing throughout the semester, throughout the term. There are late penalties that come into effect if you do submit something late. Now, I do accept all late work, but again, you don't want to lose some easy points. So do the best you can to chip away at the work each day. Do a little bit each day so that you don't on Friday and Saturday you're inundated with work and you're kind of overwhelmed. Try to work as much as you can, maybe during a lunch break or before your kids get up in the morning or after everyone goes to bed at night. And if you do a little bit each day, it's going to really benefit you long term. So I'm going to try to give you a couple of these little tips and tricks along the way that I've noticed over the years that really do help students. I know it's not always easy to start an online class because you feel like you're alone. It's you and it's a computer screen, and that's about it. So I try to put these videos up, at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 videos each week, so that at the very least I can put a face with a name, a face with a voice, and I think that can be really helpful to get you to feel a little more community, to get you to feel a little more connected with not only me, but your fellow classmates as well. If you have any questions, the best way to reach me is, of course, email, and my email is in Blackboard. And you can also find me during my office hours, which are going to be on Wednesday evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time via Skype. And if you have questions about how to use Skype, that's another thing that you can ask me about. I'm also going to be posting a phone number. This is my Google Voice number, and you can call me or you can text me at that number. This goes directly to my personal phone, but it isn't my personal number. But that's another way that you can reach out if you have any questions. But most importantly, if you have questions, big questions, small questions, ask them. I'm here to help. That's why I'm your instructor. That's why I'm your teacher, is to help you out when you have some questions. So please ask away. Now, start this week by getting into this first discussion board. It's an icebreaker one. Go through some of those prompts and try to put together a really nice, solid initial post and start to talk to some of your classmates as well. And we'll see where this week and the next week takes us. Thanks, folks, and welcome aboard.